Hello folks, welcome to another episode of UFO with Rick and Ned, and here we go with the first scenes. In this episode, we'll find out what happens to Ned in various awkward situations, and we join the action where Ned has now recently been promoted to Colonel and is getting his extra badge and stuff from Rick. Well done there, Ned. Well, great job there.
Thank you very much.
One of the fastest promotions to Colonel I think I've ever seen. I think mine was, I think you beat me by about 3 days and 4 hours, but that's a great effort, that.
Truly honoured.
And of course, it means you get extra dosh, which is always a good thing.
Is that?
Yes, splendid. Get yourself that nice Ferrari Testarossa now. Anyway, right. So no doubt Straker will have a mission for us soon, but in the meantime I think we'll both go up top and show our faces in the film area. There's no doubt work needs to be done there as well. Right, follow me. Ah, hello, is Mr. Bibby, is it?
That's me.
Well, I'm from the back of the latest blockbuster at these studios, and I was wondering if I could discuss some technical and financial issues somewhere with you in private.
Sounds acceptable to me. Well, how about you come round to my quarters and we'll discuss this over a nice glass of scotch.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely spiffing. Right, I'll get my stuff and be right there with you. Oh, where's Ned gone? He was here a minute ago. I'm assuming he's just been talking to one of the film executives. Right, I'll get back to the studio and wait for some orders.
Welcome to my quarters.
Yes, it's very nice, I must admit.
Do make yourself at home.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, right. So I've got all the documents here. We can go through it over a nice drink. But it's scotch, you said?
Oh, yes. Just 1 minute.
Right, Jeff. I'm in Ned's apartment. I'm just going to put all the bugging devices right across the room as far as I can do. I'll be done in about 20 seconds. Right, I've done it. Let's see if we can get away with this out.
Right, here you go, my good man. 2 large glasses of famous grouse.
Yeah, thank you. Splendid. I'm glad to see you've taken the feathers out of it. Splendid. Right, yes.
Down
yes.
to business then,
yes.
You?
Right, as you know, this project will cost at least $43 million, but I'm sure the studio can handle that sort of thing. And I'm sure we'll get the job done and we'll make a film the studio can be proud of. And I'm sure we can help one another, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm always happy to help a friend.
Yes, well, thank you very much. I'll be in touch in a couple of days and we can start shooting.
Grand.
Great, and thank you and good night.
Good night.
Right, well, I'm sat here in Shadow HQ wondering what the... Oh, here comes Lieutenant Dingbar. I wonder what he wants. Here, Rick, I think you better take a look at this. What is it? It's a security document I've just found. I think there's could be big problems here. Right, let's have a look. Well, it's a skydiver supply ship rendezvous. There's nothing much wrong. Oh, what? Oh, I don't believe that. Right, you better go and tell Straker immediately. Right. Rick hurriedly runs into Commander Straker's office and gives him the news. Needless to say, there's uproar. Straker immediately goes up top to find Ned on the film set.
Ah, good afternoon, boss. How are you doing?
Close the door. You transmitted this 3 days ago.
Well, yes. Is there a problem?
And you didn't tell anyone about it?
Of course not.
Just answer my questions. Now, who else knew about the skydiver transmission? You gave him exact position, details, time?
Yes, I told them everything.
Did you talk about it to anyone else?
No.
And how is it that this information, which you say you told no one, got into the hands of a newspaper? Yes, giving the exact time and position of Skydiver's rendezvous with the supply ship.
What? The press know about this? I don't believe it.
I believe I outrank you.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, sir.
That's better. Let's keep it that way. How about an explanation?
An explanation? Look, what do you think I've done?
I'm not thinking anything. I'm interested in facts.
Oh, this whole thing's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Maybe you'll think a military court is ridiculous.
A military court?
Holy Sarkwan!
When I tell Henderson the position, the outcome is obvious. And you'd better consider this. Shadow is run as a military organization. We're at war. You realize the penalty for espionage.
5 days later, the court-martial was in session in Shadow HQ. Everyone was there, me, General Henderson, Commander Straker, Colonel Freeman, and of course the accused, Colonel Bibby. This is what happened on that fateful day.
Guards. I convene this court-martial by the authority invested in me under Article 183 of our charter. I must remind you that as of now, everyone in this room is under oath to speak the truth. Prosecuting officer may proceed.
The accused, Colonel is indicted under Section 8 of Shadow Security Regulations. I intend to show that he and he alone is responsible for, and therefore guilty of, the worst crime that can be perpetrated against our organization, espionage.
The defense forgoes its right to speak at this time.
Very well. The prosecuting officer will proceed.
My first witness. Will Captain Waterman come forward, please?
Captain Lou Waterman, at present commanding officer Skydiver.
I've just one question, Captain. Did you know the contents of the orders concerning the supply ship Rendezvous transmitted to your submarine by Colonel?
No.
Could you explain why, Captain?
Well, until we receive confirmation, the message remains uncoded in our computer memory.
Is this a standard procedure for security reasons?
Yes.
So neither you nor any of your crew could have leaked the information?
No.
Would you mind speaking up, Captain?
No.
Thank you.
No questions.
Then Jackson calls Commander Straker to the stand.
Colonel, are you guilty of the charges as stated?
Certainly not.
Have you ever passed on classified information to any unauthorized person or persons?
Of course I haven't.
Thank you.
Colonel, would you say that you have a nervous disposition? Please answer my question.
Not usually, no.
Under extreme stress, you stay reasonably calm.
Yes.
It's part of your profession, isn't it? And part of your training to remain calm in abnormal conditions.
Agreed.
Colonel, are you nervous now?
Not really.
Please answer my question. Are you nervous?
Not really.
Yes or no? Answer my question.
No!
You do surprise me. You stand accused of giving classified information to the press, endangering the security of Shadow, and the lives of everyone in it.
I object. My client is being deliberately baited.
Overruled. This is not the civil court of law. We're after the facts, the truth. Continue.
Colonel, did you or did you not violate Section 8, Paragraph 5 of the Shadow Security Regulations?
No, I did not.
Then how do you account for the fact that the press got hold of this information?
I don't know.
And I suggest, Colonel, that you're lying.
Look, this whole thing is ridiculous. I don't know what's happened. I don't know how the press got that information, but you've got the wrong man.
All right, Colonel. But I have one last question. Here's a photostat of your personal bank account. $10,000 was paid in on the 10th by an unnamed subscriber. Could you explain that?
What? I can't explain that. I've never seen that before.
Very convenient.
And what are you implying?
Implying? I am stating that the money was payment for espionage, the going price for a traitor, the rewards of a spy.
This whole thing is ludicrous. I've been set up, I tell you. I'm innocent.
I am stating that you sold Shadow's secret to the press for the sum of $10,000.
I really must protest. My client is again being deliberately baited. Order!
It's a pack of lies from start to finish. I'm innocent.
It's a setup. Ned's been framed. He's innocent, I tell you. Have it. Take that.
I think this may be an appropriate time to adjourn. Resume 1400 hours.
After the adjournment, the jury and the prosecutors went to consider their verdict, and 40 minutes later, they came back in.
They have found Colonel guilty of the charge as stated. Under Article 183, the sentence is specific. The execution was fixed for 1200 hours, the 19th of next month. Any appeal must be lodged within 14 days.
Okay, now. A week passes, and Ned is trying to make the best of it in the Shadow Jail.
Is there anything you want, Colonel?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Could be a long night. Shall I ask the doctor to get you something to help you sleep?
No, I'm sure I'll be fine, thank you.
The next day, Ned wakes up, and this is the crucial day where his defense lawyer will try and formalize their appeal. They'll soon be rendezvousing in Straker's office. In the meantime, the guard tries to reassure Ned.
Don't worry, he's a good defending officer. He'll make the appeal stick.
Yeah, sure.
20 minutes later, Ned was in Straker's office awaiting the appeal signature.
Hello, Colonel. How are they treating you?
Oh, just brilliant.
I've drafted the appeal. It needs your signature.
Yes, valuable document. Rather fragile, but valuable.
Say, Jackson, do you think Straker has an artistic temperament?
No, I don't think so.
Then why do you suppose he'd have an installation like this in his office? I've often thought about it.
Maybe it soothes his nerves.
What do you reckon the most primal instinct is in man? Fear? Love? Survival?
Guards! The target are alert groups 2 and 3.
There's somebody in the way. It's Lieutenant Knapsack. Sorry, old chap.
Right, Lieutenant Dingbat, get your stuff. Get Corporal Johnson. We're going to try and catch Ned ourselves before the main team get to him. So I'm not sure if they're going to shoot to kill or not. And if we can get to him, we can stun him and bring him back safely. Right, follow me. Right. Meanwhile, at an unknown location, a certain spy has picked up her recording from Ned's apartment.
Well, it appears to be military. No. No, I can't give you the source. I just happened on it by chance. Yes. Yes, I certainly do that. And the usual arrangement? Right.
Right. This is it. We've got the all clear from Straker. We'll take a 6-man team into Ned's apartment and search it thoroughly. It looks like the whole apartment's been bugged. "30 minutes later, the team had indeed found 20 bugging devices and a tape recorder with a short-range antennae. So, back at Shadow HQ, Straker decides to find where these equipment was made and sold from and deal with the situation.
Who runs this place?
I do. Who are you?
I believe this is one of your gadgets.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Now look, funny man. Miss, get lost.
Now you listen. This is private property.
There are 2 ways you can play this, Singleton. One is the easy way.
Joe?
Have it!
What do you want?
The name and address of the client who bought that electronic peeping Tom.
This way! I saw him go over that rise. Right! Commander, General Henderson's on the phone for you. Sir, it looks like Colonel Bibby has escaped, and he's on the run.
Groups 2 and 3 have been alerted.
What? But you can't do that.
Now listen. It's a complete setup. He was found guilty of espionage. I'm not risking the whole organization for one man. My orders are to shoot on sight.
But his apartment was bugged.
Was it? Or was it his way of passing the information? It's going to take positive proof of innocence to convince me.
There he is, about 100 yards away. We'll get him this time. Right, I think he's over there, but I think we're behind the main team. We're not going to get to him first. What you bloody hell you doing? Come on this way.
Is Miss Grant here?
Yes, sir. She's in your office.
Thank you, Ford.
I assume you have a very good explanation as to why I've been brought here.
You are an industrial spy.
It all sounds so sordid.
You had an apartment bugged for sound and vision.
Did I?
The electronics were supplied by a man named Singleton. He's told us everything.
Then I suggest you send for the police.
You know as well as I do, industrial espionage is not indictable.
Then I suggest you have me driven home.
Meanwhile, the guards had got Ned cornered.
Just sign here. This is an acoustic gun.
I have heard of them. Oh, excuse the pun.
I'm a desperate man, Miss Grant.
Armed with a toy gun.
If I place it against your ear and fire, the sound will pierce your eardrum. I'm also told that the brain suffers varying degrees of damage.
Even if I believed that, I don't believe that you're a desperate man.
Believe it. Unless you sign a confession. Somebody is going to die. A signed affidavit. Get Henderson.
It's too late. He just called.
Yeah, Henderson's just called. Ned's been shot. A devastated Straker heads immediately over to the Astrophysical Commission to confront Henderson.
I'd like to see him, Miss Scott.
I'll see if he's in. I have someone to see you, sir.
Send Straker right in.
Please go in.
Thank you.
Straker. It must be my year. This is your second visit.
I'd like you to read this when you find time between making up wisecracks. It includes a statement which absolutely clears.
Statement?
From an industrial spy. A Miss Grant. She was after information at the studio. Our stuff was incidental.
Jackson.
You are wrong, Jackson. He was guilty of one thing. He worked nights at home. He wrote those orders to Moonbase and Skydiver while a couple of cameras in the wall were taking pictures.
You can prove this.
Does it matter? I only hope it keeps you awake nights thinking about it.
Just a moment. You think I'm a pig-headed, cretinous lout, don't you, Straker? I was shot with an anesthetic bullet. Jackson's idea. Well, don't fall over yourself with gratitude. Just a moment. You think I'm a pig-headed, cretinous lout, don't you? Think I'm a pig-headed, cretinous lout, don't you? Think I'm a pig-headed, cretinous lout. You think I'm a pig-headed, cretinous lout, don't you?
I like it.
You think I'm a pig-headed, cretinous lout, don't you?
Yay! Ned's alive! They've saved him! My God! Strike up the band! to his feet, and in his excitement he accidentally punched Lieutenant Knobsack again. The next day, after a slap-up meal on the commander to celebrate Ned's acquittal, we find Ned on the studio set, and he's about to be accosted by that smarmy agent. Ah, Mr. Bibby, I've not seen you for a few days.
Yes, I'm certainly glad to see you again. I've got something I'd like to give you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your check for $10,000. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks.
But I thought we had a deal.
Yeah, well, not anymore. I suggest you get off this set while you can still walk.
Yeah, bloody hell, right. Well, folks, that's the end of another knacker-knocking episode involving Rick and Ned, and wasn't it great? Wasn't it? Oh, bloody hell. Anyway, right, so tune in next week for another exciting episode of...